Stop right there. Before you scroll away, let me ask you something that will change how you see the world forever. Do you think being good keeps you safe? Do you believe that kindness protects you? That generosity builds loyalty? That honesty earns respect? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you're about to discover the most dangerous lie society has ever told you. The biggest mistake people make is believing that being good means being safe. But here's the brutal truth. Goodness is like fire. It burns through everything you've built. Your relationships, your career, your dreams, everything. Niccolo Machiavelli. Yes, Niccolo Machiavelli figured this out. He watched good leaders fall. He saw kind rulers destroyed. He witnessed generous people betrayed by the very ones they helped, and he wrote it all down. Today, I'm going to share his hidden truth with you. The shocking cost of goodness that nobody talks about. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn why your goodness is actually making you weak. Why people don't respect your kindness. They exploit it. And most importantly, how to transform goodness from your greatest weakness into your most powerful weapon. But first, let me be clear about something. I'm not telling you to become evil. I'm not asking you to hurt people. What I'm showing you is how to be good strategically, not blindly. Because the reality is in a world full of wolves, being a sheep gets you eaten alive. Now I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose strategic goodness. From today, everything changes. You will no longer use goodness blindly. You will use it strategically. In this video, we'll uncover why goodness doesn't always protect you. In fact, it often destroys you. And we'll see exactly how to transform it into a source of real power. Let's start with the first shocking truth. Number 1, goodness as exposure. Think about the kindest person you know. Now, think about this. Are they truly respected, or are they the person everyone calls when they need something? But truth is, being good makes you vulnerable, not secure. When you're consistently kind, people start seeing you as predictable. They know you won't fight back. They know you won't say no. They know they can push you around because you're too nice to do anything about it. You become the office doormat, the friend who always pays for dinner, the family member who always says yes to helping even when it hurts you. Let me tell you about the person. He was the best team manager I ever met. He always helped his team, always covered for them, always put their needs first. Guess what happened? They promoted someone else over him. Why? Have you ever noticed how some of the most capable people you know seem to get stuck? They're smart, they're hardworking, but they just can't seem to get ahead. What if I told you that one of the biggest things holding them back is actually their own kindness? It sounds crazy, right? But stick with me for a few minutes, because we're going to dive into the hidden power dynamics of being too nice. Let's start with a simple idea. Power isn't just about authority or control. A huge part of it is perception. How do people see you? Do they see you as someone whose time and energy are valuable, or as a resource that's always available for the taking? This is where the generosity trap comes in. We're often taught that being generous is a virtue, and it is. But there's a fine line between genuine generosity and becoming a pushover. When you're the person who always says yes, who always stays late to help others, who never says no to an extra task, you might think you're building a reputation as a helpful team player. But what's really happening? You're unintentionally teaching people that your boundaries are flexible and your time is less important than theirs. People start to expect your help, not appreciate it. Your yes becomes the default, and if you ever dare to say no, you're suddenly seen as difficult or uncooperative. It's a classic trap. You give and you give, hoping for recognition or reciprocity, but instead, you just dig yourself into a deeper hole of expectations. Think about it from a psychological perspective. When something is always available, its perceived value drops. It's like a free sample at the grocery store. It's nice, but you don't really value it. But if you had to pay for it, or if it was a limited edition, you'd suddenly want it more. The same principle applies to your time and skills. When you give them away too freely, people stop seeing their true worth. So, what's the solution? Does this mean you should become a selfish jerk? Absolutely not. The key is strategic generosity. It's about shifting your mindset from being unconditionally available to being selectively helpful. It's about understanding your own value and setting clear boundaries. Start by learning the power of a no. It doesn't have to be a harsh no. You can say, "I'd love to help, but my plate is full right now," or "I can't do that, but here's someone else who might be able to help." By setting these limits, you're sending a powerful message. My time is valuable. This actually makes your yes more meaningful. When you do decide to help, it's seen as a genuine act of generosity, not an obligation. Another powerful strategy is to reframe your help. Instead of just doing the task for them, offer to teach them how to do it. This empowers them and also shows that your expertise is something to be learned and respected, not just used. It shifts you from being a doer to a mentor, which is a much more powerful position. Ultimately, this isn't about manipulating people. It's about self-respect. It's about recognizing that your capacity to help others is a finite resource. By protecting it, by being more thoughtful about how you share it, you not only protect yourself from burnout, but you also increase your impact and influence in the long run. People will respect you more, value your contributions more, and you'll finally get the recognition you deserve. So take a look at your own patterns. Are you caught in the generosity trap? It might be time to start saying no, so your yes can truly matter. Thanks for watching, and if this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights. See you next time. What if I told you that true power isn't about control or dominance? It's not about having the loudest voice or the biggest title. Real power is something much quieter, much more subtle. It's the art of understanding people, of knowing what motivates them, what they fear, and what they desire. It's the ability to influence, to persuade, and to inspire action without ever raising your voice. Think about it. The most influential people in history weren't always the ones in charge. They were the ones who mastered the delicate dance of human dynamics. They knew how to listen more than they spoke, how to give before they asked, and how to build bridges instead of walls. That's the real art of power. Stick around as we explore the secrets to mastering this art in your own life. You won't want to miss this, so hit that subscribe button. I'm not telling you to become heartless. I'm not saying mercy, honesty, and generosity should be thrown away. What I am saying is this: these virtues must be used like weapons, precisely at the right time, for maximum effect. A sword sitting on a shelf doesn't protect anyone, but a sword in the hands of a skilled warrior at the right moment can save a kingdom. Your goodness should work the same way. When you help someone, it should be intentional. When you show mercy, it should be strategic. When you're generous, it should create the outcome you want. Let me give you an example. Instead of helping everyone a little bit, help the right people a lot. Instead of being nice to everyone, be exceptionally kind to those who matter. Instead of saying yes to everything, say yes powerfully to the things that align with your goals. This approach does three things. First, your help becomes more valuable because it's scarce. Second, you actually create bigger positive impacts because you're focused. And third, people respect you more because you're selective. Think about the most respected leaders in history. Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't gentle with injustice. He confronted it powerfully. Mother Teresa didn't help everyone in the world. She focused intensely on the poorest of the poor. They were all good people, but they were strategically good. They used their virtue as a tool to create change, not as a way to be liked by everyone. So, how do you do this in real life? Before you say yes to any request, ask yourself 3 questions. Does this align with my values and goals? Can I do this without depleting myself? Will this person appreciate and respect what I'm doing? If the answer to any of these is no, you don't just say no. You say no kindly, but firmly. And when you do say yes, you do it fully. You give your best effort. You create real value. You make a meaningful difference. This way, your yeses matter. Your help is remembered. Your generosity creates loyalty instead of entitlement. Machiavelli once said, "A promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present." What he meant is this: sometimes keeping your word to one person means breaking your word to another. Sometimes being good to your family means being firm with your coworkers. Sometimes protecting your dreams means disappointing people who want to use your time. Strategic virtue isn't about being selfish. It's about being effective. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose effective kindness. Now, let's talk about the illusion of gratitude. Here's something that will change how you see human nature forever. Gratitude is temporary. I know this might hurt to hear, but it's true. The favors you do for people, the help you provide, the sacrifices you make, they all have an expiration date in people's memories. Repeated favors stop feeling like gifts and turn into obligations. What starts as "thank you so much" becomes "you should do this," which then becomes "why didn't you do this?" Imagine you help your neighbor move. They're incredibly grateful. You help them move again 6 months later. They're still thankful, but a little less excited. You help them a third time. Now they just expect it. The fourth time they need to move, they don't even ask. They just assume you'll help. And if you can't, suddenly you're the bad guy. This is human psychology. We adapt to good treatment. We take it for granted. We start seeing exceptional kindness as normal treatment. In the end, people remember the advantage they got from you, not the kindness you showed them. This pattern repeats everywhere in relationships, workplaces, friendships, and families. The person who always says yes becomes the person everyone expects to say yes. The reliable helper becomes the automatic choice for every single problem. Understanding this isn't a call to stop being kind. It's a reminder to be wise with your kindness. To use it where it will be valued, not where it will be taken for granted. To be a powerful force for good, not just a convenient doormat. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights that challenge the way you think. Thanks for watching. Have you ever noticed that the nicer you are, the less people seem to appreciate it? When you're always available, always saying yes, people start to expect it. Your kindness becomes the baseline, not a bonus. This is the illusion of gratitude. We think doing more will make people more grateful, but often it just makes them take us for granted. It's not because people are bad. It's just human nature to adjust our expectations. So does this mean you should stop being kind? Not at all. It means you need to be strategic. Set boundaries. Sometimes, let people see what happens when you're not there to solve everything. The world judges outcomes, not intentions. You can have the purest heart, but if your actions don't lead to positive results, it doesn't matter. Real goodness isn't about being liked in the moment. It's about creating lasting, positive change, even if it requires tough decisions. Focus on being effective, not just being nice. Thanks for watching. They understand that being good isn't about being weak. It's about being powerful enough to choose goodness when it matters most. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." What he really meant is this: respect matters more than affection. Impact matters more than popularity. Results matter more than feelings. You don't have to choose between being good and being strong. You can be both. You should be both. But if you have to choose strength first, because strength gives you the power to be good when it counts. Weakness just makes you a victim, even with the best intentions. We've covered a lot of ground today. But let me leave you with the most important lesson of all. Goodness without strategy is the most dangerous trap you can fall into. It makes you vulnerable to those who would exploit you. It drains your resources until you have nothing left to give. It creates expectations you can't sustain, and ultimately, it prevents you from creating the positive impact you really want to make. But goodness with strategy that becomes a weapon of survival and influence. It becomes a tool for creating real change. It becomes the foundation for a life and legacy that actually matters. You now know the shocking cost of blind goodness. You understand why generosity can trap you, why gratitude fades, and why good intentions without good results are worthless. More importantly, you know how to transform your goodness from a weakness into a strength, how to be kind strategically, how to help effectively, how to create outcomes that matter. Before you leave this video, I want you to make a decision. Are you going to keep being good in the old way blindly, without boundaries until it destroys you? Or are you going to start being good in the new way strategically, effectively, powerfully? So, here's the real question, and this is what will determine your future. Will you let goodness weaken you, or will you master it and turn it into power? The choice is yours. But now you have the knowledge to choose wisely. If this video opened your eyes to something new, hit that like button. If you want more truth that challenges how you see the world, subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, share this video with them. Your goodness is not your weakness. When used strategically, it becomes your greatest strength. Drop this final affirmation in the comments. I master strategic goodness. Remember, in a world full of wolves, don't be a sheep. Be a shepherd. Be someone who protects the flock, not through weakness, but through wisdom, strategy, and strength. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.